a question. I believe you scored tries, but were you happy with your tackling? A question for Captain Himeno. Argentina is quite a strong team. I think you played quite well also, but we saw moments where you seemed a bit lost, or that communication maybe wasn't perfect on the field. Was it due to pressure? How would you explain the fact that were sometimes moments where you seemed a little bit lost? Well, it's true. We managed to play well at times, but at times you're also maybe a little bit lost. In the time that was left for us, we were trying to get into the other team's 22 meters, but there are still areas where we need to be thinking a little bit more sharply. But I believe the team really did the most it could. If we had to summarize the whole of this, the last 4 years, in fact, I think there have been difficult times. You overcame all of the obstacles. Was there a certain point where you wanted more time or needed more time? If you had to start again, how would you do it? En tant que sélectionneur, il faut gérer toutes sortes de choses. I have a question for Jamie, particularly. This is the last game for you. I believe the guys really did the most they could, but it's now 4 years, 7 years that you've been working with them. So how would you summarize this team? And for you, Himeno, what would you like to tell us about what you've experienced over this World Cup? Kazuki, when the game ended, what did you tell your teammates? First of all, I thanked them. And I believe many of them made sacrifices to get this far. It is, of course, the case for the players, but also for the staff. The result, unfortunately, was not what we wanted, but I believe we're all proud of what we've achieved, and I'm proud of the team also. And I believe that the process that led us here is not something accidental. Japanese rugby can become stronger. Winning the World Cup is like climbing Everest, and that will take time. But I believe Japanese rugby really can become stronger in the future. So we need to be proud of what we've achieved and continue to train and improve. A question for Jamie. We saw Fifita, who played well at the beginning, and then Valu, but you also changed players. Had you already decided who was going to come off the bench first, or did you do it according to what you were seeing on the field? And secondly, over the last 20 minutes, we saw a few mistakes here and there. We saw that things weren't working quite as well. Is this a mental problem? A, a question for the captain. For this game, I believe that before the game you had a game plan in mind. And in terms of your preparation, do you think you didn't fully follow through what was planned, or was it more because things that you hadn't anticipated occurred? Can you maybe try to summarize this for us? Actually, we did have a game plan. We tried to carry it out, but when you reach that level of rugby, you can't. We didn't necessarily react as we wanted to. We carried out our plan all the way through. There's no issues there, but Argentina were really very strong, and we managed to stand up to them, but then there are further things to improve, and sometimes we might have committed a few mistakes or errors, yes.